you understand?
Hey everybody, I'm Tony Jones, and welcome to the Tony Jones Show.
It's not that people are willing to take the risk. It's sort of a herd mentality, a lemming-like mentality. If you don't go with the flow, you're anti-American and therefore a suspect.
The Tony Jones Show, featuring punk, rockabilly, psychobilly, and Providence, Rhode Island's finest, starts right now.
He's a dangerous militia member, I hear. Oh, and there she blows.
Friends, the time for mediocrity in broadcasting is over. My name is Tony Jones, and you are tuned in to the Tony Jones Show, your destination for talk and rock. Online at TonyJones.org, Facebook.com/Tony Jones Show. on the almighty Twitter at Tony Jones in RI. Be sure to go to rifreeradio.org, kicking things off this week with the Drax, also known as the Goddamn Dracula's 1 and a Million. You've heard it here first on the Tony Jones Show. Speaking of the aforementioned rifreeradio.org, be sure to go there and check out my interview in the blog section with punk rock icon Mr. Henry Rollins. Also, you can go over to golocalprov.com. Great local news site, was also kind enough to pick up the interview, and that is featured right now at golocalprov.com. Lots to talk about, lots of music to spin between now and the top of the hour. As always, DJ Psycho Eddie's here. We'll have him weigh in on the important issues of the day, as no one else can here on the Tony Jones Show. The two of us do a lot of weighing in. But before we get to all that, let's spin around, and head back down to the music. I have a double shot of Courtney Barnett coming up for you. This track is Debbie Downer right here on the Tony Jones Show.
kangaroos are littered on the shoulders. Possum Jackson Pollock is painted on the top. Sometimes I think a single sneeze could be the end of us. My hay fever is turning up, just swerved into a passing truck. Big business overtaking without indicating. He passes on the right, been driving through the night to bring us the best price. If you can't see me, I can't see you. If you can't see me, I can't see you. More people die on the road than they do in the ocean. Maybe we should mull over culling cars instead of sharks, or just lock them up in parks where we can go and view them. There's a bypass over Holbrook now, paid for with burgers, no doubt. I've lost count of all the cows, there'll be no salad sandwiches. The law of averages says we'll stop in the next town where petrol price is down. What do I know anyhow? If you can't see me, I can't see you. If you can't see me, I can't see you. If you can't see me, I can't see you. If you can't see me, I can't see you.
Dead Foxes, the name of that one, coming out of a double shot, yes, two, from the Grammy-nominated Courtney Barnett, right here on The Tony Jones Show. Before that, I brought you into Debbie Downer from the aforementioned Courtney Barnett. Facebook.com/Tony Jones Show, on the almighty Twitter at Tony Jones in RI. Be sure to go to TonyJones.org and RIFreeRadio.org. As I mentioned at the top of the hour, that's where you can see my interview with Mr. Henry Rollins out on his spoken word tour, and it's also available at GoLocalProv.com. Speaking of another music legend, we have to keep our thoughts with and have a little shout out for and draw some attention to the issue facing Mr. Michael Graves as we speak. And actually, we're going to have a double shot of Michael Graves up next. But DJ Psycho Eddie, we were talking about this off the air. The poor guy, Michael Graves, who I've interviewed, I'm sure a lot of you heard, and just the nicest guy ever. Again, a big juxtaposition. They probably don't want me to expose it, but Michael Graves, a horror guy, goes nuts on stage. Nicest guy you could ever meet. Again, Henry Rollins, nuts on stage. If you go back to Black Flag when he was all jacked and his neck muscle sticking out, you know, and he's angry in his spoken word, nicest guy you could ever interview. But Michael Graves, they're on tour. They're in Las Vegas. They go to do the 3 S's, you know, shit, shower, and shave, get ready for the show. When they leave the hotel room, they go out to their touring van, which is attached to a trailer, and the trailer was completely gone. Completely gone, taken right from the truck and just gone. Everything, $20,000 worth of equipment, all their merchandise. I mean, this is how the guys make their living, selling CDs and T-shirts and things like that while they're on the road. Everything gone. Michael Graves, not just his whole tour gone, but his whole business gone. And, you know, we've all been ripped off once or twice over the years, but, Eddie, that's going to suck.
I couldn't even fathom on how to get restarted when you get that much
right.
lost. I mean, musicians, I hate to say that I'm the exception to the rule, but I don't make my living DJing. That's my fun money.
Right.
If I lost everything, I'm done. You know, enjoy the equipment. You know, hopefully the insurance will cover it. And after that, you know, I'll just move on to my next project. If a musician loses all their gear, they're kind of SOL.
Yeah, especially while out on the road. Now, at first they were trying to kind of piece things together and borrow equipment and continue the tour, but it looks like they've decided to go ahead and cancel the tour and postpone it at least till they can regroup.
Yeah, I mean, even just getting their merch back together.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're getting anything recently from Michael Graves, why don't you call the police and tell them where you got it
Right.
from?
Yeah, especially if you're buying it off eBay, Amazon, things of that, because there's chances are it's stolen. Yeah.
And it's a special breed of scumbag that's going to steal not only just some merch or the gear, but the whole trade.
Right. Yeah. I mean, they
take some brass basketball.
and not just Michael, but his touring folks too. You know, I mean, that's their whole living was in that trailer.
Exactly. And now they're kind of screwed.
So that's the two things you can do if you're listening. If you are a fan, if you buy some Michael Graves merchandise, go ahead and kind of analyze where that's coming from. Also, you can go to facebook.com/Michael Graves. They have a Kickstarter set up for the tour, and they also have a Kickstarter set up for the Michael Graves Legacy Collection, which is going to be a 6-CD limited edition set, and the money that they make off of the Legacy Collection is going to go back into getting back on the road. So, you know, even if it's $10, $15, $20, as we talk about with crowdfunding over the years here, every little bit helps, and if you're so inclined and if you're a fan, it's a great way to help out Graves. Facebook.com/Michael Graves. Like I said, I can't say enough between interviewing the guy and performing with him. You know, he really deserves everybody's help. So if you do have a little bit of extra money, I know money's tight this time of year, but if you have a little bit extra money, go ahead and check out their Kickstarter. So with that, we're actually going to have a double shot of, you know, it's actually funny that this kind of all plays in together, and I didn't even think about it when I set up the playlist, but the reason I have this next album is because I donated to the Kickstarter, and they sent me the album in the mail. It's Night of Samhain. I have 2 tracks from that queued up for you, starting with Rebellion of the Dead. What a great name for a song. You heard it here on the Tony Jones Show.
Damp ground lie the dead and hope is gone. Rise up and throw off your bloody crowns of thorns. He's left us to devour, and in this solemn hour I'm calling out for a riot. Dead men rise. I stare in the distance and see people burning their fires. They'll all burn in hell no matter how hard they try. I raise you from the ground, and in this solemn hour I'm calling out for a riot. Dead men rise. I raise you from the ground, and in this solemn hour I'm calling out for a riot. Dead men rise. Night was cold and wind was howling by. Cemetery high, you were sending shivers down my spine. When I was passing by, oh, heavy glow of food on the rise above the broken cliff. Oh, open door and dead hand in the light is reaching out for me. Deadly sight from a swollen eyelid stand upon me through the dark. He will never be a man again, and waste so much alive.
And I always forget that one does not stop at the minutes that is listed on my playlist here. Coming out of a double shot of Michael Graves' Dead Man, the name of that one. Then last time we chatted, I brought you into Rebellion of the Dead. They're both off of Night of Samhain, which I got through donating to their crowdfunding. I believe it was a Kickstarter account back in the day. And like I said, if you want to help out with that situation, you can too. Go to facebook.com/Michael Graves. In just a little bit, I want to talk about Wolfman Chuck's birthday bash. That's going to be coming up in a few weeks' time. And as you can imagine, that's going to be a blast. But we'll talk about that right after we have a block of music that features all female. It's all female-fronted music right here on the Tony Jones Show. We'll let the ladies have their say because, first and foremost, we are gentlemen here. Up next...
Yeah, okay.
Up next for you, Out West, the name of this one, Cat Has Claws.
Always too careful, calculating every step is kind of a miracle. I still have your respect. Landing on my 2 feet with only myself to blame. You make me complete. Move out west, we need a change. Soul is facing a heart that's chasing the wrong one. Makes me feel all alone. I've been here before, but I forgot that pain of slipping through the black hole on altering the game. Now that we've collided, stories no longer strange, lonely, hard to hide. Move out west, we need a change. Soul is facing a heart that's chasing the wrong one. Makes me feel all alone. Soul is facing a heart that's chasing the wrong one. Makes me feel all alone. Money speaks so loud, growing with our age. Make your mother so proud. Move out west, we need a change.
Well, I was born right from the devil's head. He said, well, I ain't never gonna be lonely again. I need me a partner, and I'll need her in red to be the finest thing you see, and I'll be the only thing she believes. everything you said. So what you need me to do, I will go on right ahead. Call me sin and I will be your girl. Well, I can never lose you, 'cause I'd be losing me too. I do the devil's work and I'll do it for free. As long as you can always love a girl like me. Call me sin and I've been waiting for you to tempt and desire. So it's just a brush of fire. Well, don't be scared. Fell in love with everything you said. So what you need me to do, I will go on right ahead. Call me sin and I will be all yours. Well, I can never lose you, 'cause I'll be losing me too. Well, I can never lose you, 'cause I'd be losing me too.
a pole star, but I'm easily confused. It's coming from the heart straight to you. Listen to the sunset. Why is it so obscure? Used to be a gas cloud for a second or two. It's coming from the heart straight to you. Rolling on the lava, nothing else to do. Time to take a picture, but I'm easily amused. It's coming from the heart straight to you.
Our friends from Glasgow, Scotland, the Maybes, right here on the Tony Jones Show. Set the Controls, the name of that one, rounding out a block of all-female fronted music. Before that, you heard Moving On, Melissa Bella Rosa. Before that, it was a girl named Sin, Megan Casey, who was in this very studio not too long ago. And as I mentioned, that album just lived in the CD player in my Loser Cruiser. I mean, just a fantastic release. And then last time we chatted, I brought you into the track called Out West. It was Cat Has Claws. You heard it all here, a block of female-fronted music on the Tony Jones Show. TonyJones.org, Facebook.com/Tony Jones Show, on the almighty Twitter at Tony Jones NRI. DJ Psycho Eddie is here. I do believe his microphone is in the full upright position.
Yes, it is. I had to turn it off to keep myself from getting in, I think the word is trouble.
So this is going to be a big one coming up at Firehouse 13 on November 19th. Wolfman Chuck's birthday bash with bands such as Marianne Toilet and the Runs, the Excrementals coming all the way from Massachusetts, Ginger Wolf from Connecticut, some friends of ours, Frenzy of Tongs and Roadkill, and of course, it wouldn't be Wolfman Chuck's birthday bash without Wolfman Chuck and the Brimstone Boys. That's going to be happening at Firehouse 13, November 19th. It's going to be, as you can imagine with all those bands, it's going to be an early show, starting at 5 p.m., ending at closing time, and with all Wolfman Chuck's shows, and most importantly, I think with all Firehouse shows, it is not pay to play. Yes, it does not support pay to play, so you can't beat that lineup. I assume there will be some extras, if you will, some extra gore throughout the night, other than the bands, but that looks like a blast.
My only question is, what time is Chuck going on? Because I know how I am on my birthday, and if I ever do a show on my birthday, by the end of the night, I'm barely speaking coherently.
Yep.
So hopefully, Chuck, if you're listening, go on early. Let everyone else back clean up for you, and just enjoy the night.
And literally clean up, because I can just imagine, just like it was with George Garner's Last Gasp, the place is going to be trashed by the end of the night.
I had a pretty good head of steam when I left George's bachelor party, And when I walked out and I looked back, I'm like, damn, I'm glad I don't have to clean this crap.
It was like walking out of Saigon.
I actually, the club that I went into subsequent to Firehouse 13, luckily I know all the staff because they looked at my hands. I had fake blood and a plastic fetus in my hand. And they're like, look, if you're looking for an alibi, we'll give it to you. Just go wash that crap off your hands.
He was here all night. So we're going to have 2 tracks that are from bands that are going to play Wolfman Chuck's birthday bash. And we're going to start off with Wolfman Chuck and the Brimstone Boys. Here's Lucille. You heard it here on The Tony Jones Show.
A real slugger, her dick open by wire. Now he's crying, Glenn's dying, Lucille's smashing in the back end, yeah. Lucille, Lucille, any minute by the more. Lucille, 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 the judge was always young. Lucille. Made of wood, a real slugger, her tip coated by wire. Maggie's crying, Glenn's dying, Lucille's smashing in the back, yeah. Lucille, Lucille, any minute by the more. Lucille, 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 the judge was always yours. Lucille.
It's a frenzy of tongues right here on the Tony Jones Show. Doctor Who, the name of that track. Before that, we heard from Wolfman Chuck and the Brimstone Boys. Lucille, two bands that'll be playing Wolfman Chuck's birthday bash coming up. Firehouse 13, Providence, Rhode Island. Also coming up, by the way, you're tuned into the Tony Jones Show. Also coming up, where I will be and DJ Psycho Eddie will be attending next weekend, November 11th, 12th, and 13th. Yes, that track brought me so sloppily into the fact that we will be at Rhode Island Comic-Con next weekend. No table this year. We'll just be strolling around. I'm attending the press junket on Friday, and then we're trying to do some Facebook Live stuff. So be sure to go to rifreeradio.org or find us on Facebook and Twitter to keep up with the extravaganza that has become Rhode Island Comic-Con, which had some very humble beginnings and has just blown into a huge event every year. It doesn't fall in a water fire this year, so it should be a little bit less crazy, but
a little less crazy.
Okay, tad less crazy.
Can I quote you on that?
And we were talking off the air coming out of Doctor Who that last year everybody was dressed up as Doctor Who, but there's actually separate Doctor Who conventions where folks just come out. And I like Doctor Who, but I'm not super.
You're not a Whovian?
I'm not going to dress up anytime soon as any Doctor Who, maybe like some of the monsters or something, but that's crazy. That's crazy to me. But then again, Comic-Con's kind of crazy to me, and it's especially crazy to, I know DJ Psycho Eddie, in your life and in my life and in people in my life that are a little bit more, shall I say, square than I am. They don't understand why I'm spending the weekend at Comic-Con. They just don't get it.
Oh, no, I actually had to play Let's Make a Deal. The crap that I have to do in order to free up this weekend to go to Comic-Con, let's just say the honey-do list doubled and tripled in size. It's absolutely amazing. And, you know, for us, you know, we're promoting a brand, RI Free Radio, My Night Out Radio. We're promoting ourselves. And we make a lot of networking contacts. We make a lot of connections. And it's hard for our friends or the people who live with us to wrap their heads around, you know, all right, you're going to make friends or you're going to make connections dressed like that.
Now, we've also talked about, and I think you've talked about it on your show, the fact that there's people that we only see once a year, and it's at Comic-Con.
Oh, exactly.
It's like a family reunion. It
is. I'm going to be talking in much greater length, but there is a whole slew of people that I see. They literally, one of their days, they dedicate to try to search me out to get a picture with me in my clown outfit. Because, as you may have been noticing, it's been less and less prevalent over the last couple of months.
I should hope so.
No, I'm actually, Saturday, I am still going dressed as the clown.
Wow. Are you going to get dressed at home and you commute there as an evil clown?
I will commute. Geez. I got tinted windows in that battle cruiser I call it.
Okay, that should help, yeah.
So, yeah, and plus, not to mention, you got to get there real early, so I might just get a really good parking spot and take a nap in the parking garage.
I'll keep my eye on the nightly news.
A clown found dead in the parking garage. News at 11.
Let's get back to the music now because, unfortunately, we're starting to run out of time, and I want to play some good old-fashioned rock and roll for you between now and the top of the hour. So we'll kick that off with a double shot of Adapter. Ain't That Lovin' You, Baby?
Swim to the bank and crawl right home to you. I ain't that loving you, baby. I ain't that loving you, baby. I say, well, ain't that loving you, baby. I ain't that loving you, baby. I say, well, ain't that loving you, baby. I bet you don't there will rise to you. I ain't that loving you, baby. I ain't that loving you, baby. I say, well, ain't loving you, baby. I ain't that loving you, baby. I say, well, ain't loving you, baby. But you don't even know my name. 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 I say, well, ain't loving you, baby. But you don't even know my name. I say, well, ain't loving you, baby. But you don't even know my name. I'm still standing, I'm standing on my own. Yeah, I'm still standing, no whereabouts that I will know. Well, years past since last we met, and I still wish you had him go. I'm so tired of standing here alone. I keep waiting for this grass to be grown. But the light that you cast down on me, well, it just can't be outshown. Well, I keep standing, you're standing on my own. Make my own choices, for the sound condone. And you just keep on laughing way upon your hollow throne. Now who's alone? Now who's alone? Now who's alone? Now who's alone?
Now Who's Alone, the name of that one. Some Adapter right here on the Tony Jones Show. Actually coming out of a double shot of Adapter. Last time we chatted, I brought you into Ain't That Lovin' You Baby. I want to leave you with as much as I can of a double shot of some Blindside Thunder between now and the top of the hour. So I will say goodbye. I will let you know that we're working on our yearly Thanksgiving Eve live broadcasts. Yes, what has become almost as big as a party day as New Year's Eve or as St. Patrick's Day is the night before Thanksgiving. Now, I have a lot of different theories on why this has become a big party night. A, you're going to have to deal with your family for the rest of the weekend, so you just want to get tuned up. Or B, my second theory is, and this is probably true in my household, the female folk, and I'm not trying to be too traditional here, but this is the truth in my house. The female folk have cooking to do, and they don't want me in the way. They don't want my big lumbering butt in the way, so they say, get out, go somewhere, go do something. And I think that's happened in a lot of different households, and we've all ended up out at the local pub. So now it's become just a huge party night. So we'll be your soundtrack to bring you through the night before Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving Eve, we'll do it live, and it's usually a good time. Usually we're enjoying some food and beverages here in the studio, and I'll leave it at that. And
Wait, we've had food? I remember boxes of wine. That's all I remember.
There's usually not leftovers with us in the room, but, there's food, there's booze, there's recreational activities, and we'll bring you through, get you ready for the holidays. We'll bring you through Thanksgiving Eve. But on that note, we're going to have a double shot of Blindside Thunder. Don't forget to go to TonyJones.org, RIFreeRadio.org, Facebook.com/Tony Jones Show, and on the almighty Twitter at Tony Jones in RI. DJ Psycho Eddie, thank you as always.
Why, thank you.
Everybody look for us at Comic-Con, and here's some Blindside Thunder. Dream Girl. Bye, everybody. Bye.
My From Monday to Tuesday, you don't have any fun. From Wednesday to Thursday, just gonna out for a run. Friday and Saturday, you're always getting drunk. And Sunday, you stay at home and never thought of church.
Welcome, My Night Outers, for another fun-filled and information-packed episode of My Night Out Radio. This is DJ Psycho Eddie. In studio with me, Mr. Tony Jones.
7 feet of pure charisma.
Twisted steel and sex appeal. Yes, that's right, ladies and gentlemen. We are guestless. So we're going to be bouncing around a lot of different topics tonight. First and foremost, of course, being the rotund individual that I am, I cannot help but start off with talking about food. Actually, this week was actually a little bit on the light side because I have not been feeling up to par, we'll call it. So we only hit one or two places. Only. The place that's really going to come to mind, really standing out for this week, was Fire and Ice at the Providence Place Mall, obviously in Providence. It's a all-you-can-eat place, but you don't have a menu. you design your own food. You bring it over. It's a Mongolian grill, so you bring over 1 or 2 of these little stainless steel bowls of whatever you picked off the buffet line, and they cook it for you right in front of you. Whatever sauces you want it, whatever meats, whatever vegetables, and of course they got soup, salad, and whatever else, and it's unlimited. So you can just keep going back more and try different things. And I got to say, it was actually quite worth it. But I can see the pitfall of this place if it's a busy, like a Friday or Saturday night.
Right, yeah. As we had talked about off the air, it's a great place to go on an off night or a quiet afternoon. But if the place is packed, I mean, that grill is only so big, and you're kind of screwed if you go there. I mean, and there's some restaurants that I like, too, for the atmosphere and the people watching. You want to go in there, and there's 100 and 150 of your closest friend, and you have a blast, you know. But if that place is packed, you're not getting your money's worth when it comes to the buffet.
No, you really got to spend time on the salad bar and the free soup, and it's really not really worth it, I got to say, for the soup. But if you're going there and it's not a packed Friday, Saturday night, definitely well worth the money, because, I mean, for lunch we only spent like $11 a piece, and I probably, one more dish I was not able to leave unassisted. Definitely got my money's worth out of there. Plus, I got to go people watching because, of course, you're at Providence Place Mall, so you take a nice slow walk because you don't want to get winded after a meal.
You don't have a choice.
So as I waddled my way back to the car, the people watching was absolutely exquisite this weekend because...
Now, was it also a water fire night, or were you...
Well, there was Pee-wee... It looked like Little League or Pee-wee hockey going on at the Dunkin' Donuts Center.
Well, there's only one thing that comes to mind in that situation: MILFs.
You see, unfortunately or fortunately, I was with my own wife, and she kind of frowns on me checking out the MILFs, as you put it. Not that I didn't, I just couldn't make it obvious. I just love going to Providence anyways, just for the people watching during the day. Providence Place Mall is exquisite for people watching because you're literally in the middle of Smith Hill, downtown. You got East Side, right? Everything's really close by. You got all the JWU students there, and the people watching is unbelievable.
Now, back in my day, the place for people watching was Thayer Street. Not so much now.
No, Thayer
it's really mellowed out.
Thayer Street, it's a lot of more brown students, but Thayer Street is not the hotbed of people watching that it used to be.
Just a hotbed of doofuses.
Well, yeah. I mean, you got the Brown University students there, and for the most part, that's the only people there. You got a few people from the East Side. On the weekends, because you got Andrea's and a few of the other restaurants up there, they do attract an older crowd, but they're not the older eccentric crowd that used to be there. It's the straight-laced people or the foodies, which, don't get me wrong, I love foodies, but you're not going to see the guy walking around with tights, a tutu, and an army jacket,
and a mohawk.
With a mohawk and Doc Marten boots up to his knees.
Carrying a boombox, even though it's the year 2016.
But yeah, he went to the, one of the secondhand stores on Thayer Street to get said boombox. Actually, another place that's really good for people watching is Waterman Avenue. Waterman Avenue, going into the East Side, Point Street. If you're going on the main roads over by Fellini's Pizza, really good place to just watch people as you're walking up and down. They have a lot of eclectic shops over there, which really promotes the eclectic diversity that comes down. I'm using the word eclectic a lot. I gotta make note of that and not use it as much. But it's just people you got to watch for, places you got to watch for. Definitely. Getting back to my original, how I started this off. Fire and Ice is well worth it. The only other place I really hit was, and I'm almost embarrassed to say this, but Mary Lou's Coffee Shop.
Okay, I had some Mary Lou's this morning.
Yeah, I have Mary Lou's almost every day, but there are some mornings where you just can't get out of bed in time, can't make my own breakfast. My wife makes my lunch for me, but some mornings she's like, "Yeah, get your own damn breakfast." So I go to Mary Lou's, and they usually have either a bagel sandwich or the English muffin sandwich. And I got to say, comparing apples to apples, far better than Dunkin' Donuts. And I know that's saying something that is almost blasphemy in this area.
Might lose your Rhode Island card.
I didn't say anything about the coffee. I'm talking about the sandwiches. Even though the coffee, the flavors are amazing over at Mary Lou's. And the best part is it's at a gas station. I don't know if that's a pro or a con, but you go in, you get your gas, you go get a really good cup of coffee, and the breakfast sandwiches are amazing. They have baked goods, which are really good too. So two places that I've hit this week that you really got to check out.
Now, we may have already talked about it last week, and I can't remember because my brain's fried. Did you recently go to May's place in my neck of the woods?
That was about 2-3 weeks ago. We talked about it last week.
Speaking of coffee, that was a place where the diner coffee was good, and I was so happy that I didn't have to. You know, I've been to diners where I went there, had a breakfast, had their quote-unquote coffee, and then stopped at a coffee shop after breakfast because it was just nasty.
Well, you know, that's one of the things that I really look for. If it's a really good cup of coffee, the food is suspect until I try it. And I've said this a million times. So why don't we leave it as it is from there? Let's take a break. And when we come back, we'll talk about a couple of upcoming events that really are going to take up a whole weekend.
Party time.
Oh, yeah. So we're going to leave here with Pyrus, band I caught on the Warped Tour about a year or two back. The name of the song is My House. We'll be back in a minute.
I feel you in these walls. You're a cold that creeping in, shimmy to my bones and skin. I heard you down the hall, but it's vacant when I'm looking in. Oh, who lets you in? You walk around like you own the place, but you never say anything. I caught you walking straight through my walls. Guess it was on my fault. I think I let you in. Never thought that I would feel like this. Such a mess when I'm in your presence. I had enough that you were making me sick. Gotta get you out of my system, yeah. It's my house, and I think it's time to get out. It's my soul, it isn't yours anymore. It's my house, I think it's time to get out. Yeah, I think it's time to get out. You're at my bedroom door. Heard your footsteps on the floor, closer than ever before. And now you're in my room. You're a cold that creeping through on sheets, avoiding you. You walk around, I can hear you pace. Circle in my bed frame. Oh, but now we're face to face. Head on my pillowcase, but darling, you can't stay. Never thought that I would feel like this. Such a mess when I'm in your presence. I had enough that you were making me sick. Gotta get you out of my system.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was Bending Over Backwards. The name of that song is God If You're Above. Before that, we heard Pyrus, My House. You know, right now, I got a whole bunch of topics I want to blurt out all at once, and it's really confusing me. But the biggest one that I got to talk about, now I also have to tell you that next week there will not be a show. I don't think I will be able to recover fast enough because next weekend is Rhode Island Comic-Con, 11th, 12th, and 13th, Providence Convention Center. It's going to be insanity. Now, the best part of this is the best and worst part is I don't have a table. So I'm going to be walking around. I will be part of general population. I have day passes. I didn't even go and splurge for the VIP just because I know everyone that I'm friends with once I get there. Because most of these people I only see once a year, and we talk Facebook and back and forth and we chat. But I'm looking forward to this, and it sounds weird, but I'm looking forward not being tied down to a table, getting out and actually taking pictures, talking with people, and just mingling in with general population. I know, Mr. Jones, you got yourself a fancy press pass over there.
Yeah, I'll be covering the convention for a few different outlets throughout the weekend, starting with the press junket on Friday, and I'm not sure what I look like on Saturday because I have some other obligations, but Sunday will be my big day there, which, other than covering for various outlets as a bargain hunter, because we all know I'm super cheap, Sunday is your best day if you want to buy some junk.
Well, you always have the shopping opportunity, but I don't buy much while I'm at Comic-Con, of course, except for alcohol. But that's my go-to purchase pretty much no matter where I am. But I'm really looking forward to seeing people, and one of the people in specific that I want to talk about is, and you've met her, Gremlina. She's from back in the 80s. If you watched female wrestling, it was called Glow, Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling. Well, Gremlina, I met her 4 or 5 years ago at the original first Comic-Con. We started talking then. Of course, I'm dressed as a clown. She's, pretty much batshit crazy like the rest of us. and I know you're listening right now, Grammy, so, how you doing? I can't wait for this weekend to come up. But she's sharing a table this year. Now, if you are familiar with the Glow franchise, there was also a wrestler called Hollywood. She will be there. Now, I've seen pictures and Facebook and whatever because I'm, a stalker like that. And Hollywood is as beautiful now as she was back in the 80s. Also, sharing the table with Grammy and Hollywood is Joa Bruno. Now, if that name doesn't really strike a chord with you, that was, if you remember back, 80s, early 90s, the musical group Expose. Well, she was one of the members of Expose. And what they're there promoting is, obviously themselves, but there is a 80s Afterglow cruise in February that they're promoting. That's right. You get to go on a cruise with the girls from Glow back in the 80s. Obviously, Joa is also going to be there, and a few other celebrities, which I can't mention because I really don't know. But that they're going to be there, talking about that. They're of course going to be autographs, pictures. I hopefully will get a few pictures with them, hang out with them, because the after parties is where you really get to meet the celebrities and chat with them on a one-to-one basis.
Everybody lets their hair down.
What hair? I don't have hair. I, of course, and I've actually narrowed it down, and I will tell you what to look for. If you're looking for me on Friday, if you're going to Comic-Con on Friday, doors open at 3 o'clock. I'm going to be there early because I don't want to stand outside that long. I'm going to be dressed as Santa Claus. Who is going to get more pictures taken of them than the person dressed as Santa?
Right.
Of course. So you got that, and then also going a little further, on Saturday, I will be dressed as the clown. If you can miss me, either way, first off, you got to get your eyes checked because I really do stand out in a crowd. Number two, if you have my Facebook, DJ Psycho Eddie, look me up. Hit me up, mynightoutradio@verizon.net, and I will definitely send you links to get in touch with me. If you want to get a picture with me, if you just want to meet me at Comic-Con, I will be there both days, all day, all night, and at the after parties, Friday and Saturday. Sunday is iffy. It was only a $5 difference between buying 2 one-day passes or the 3-day package. So for the $5, yeah, all right, I can eat the $5 and not go on Sunday because I may or may not be able to make Sunday. I'm planning on partying that much. So that's my Comic-Con plans. I know, Tony, you're going to be there, not to the same extent as I am because, well, I'm just going to enjoy the hell out of it. Who knows? Intoxicating substances may be smuggled in.
We may just find you in the gutter somewhere in Providence.
So a typical weekend. Gotcha. Well, we're going to cut out for a little bit more music here. This was actually sent to me from Sweden. Sala, Sweden. I talked about him a couple weeks ago. This is Anders Bosell. The name of the song is The Experiment. We'll be back in a minute. ladies and gentlemen, that was Mary Catman. Name of the song was Hearts on Fire. Before that was an acoustic instrumental, Anders Bosell, The Experiment. Now remember, that one is all the way from Sweden.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm getting the international thing going on. Now let's get back a little bit, anyways, to what we were talking about before the break, which was Comic-Con, and you're going to be around interviewing people. Is there anyone that you're like really going for, or you really want to? You're actually looking to interview, not instead of just stumbling across someone saying, "Hey, pal, you want to do an interview?"
Well, I love to talk to just about anybody, but I think I would actually fanboy out, possibly shed a tear, if I were able to talk to the legendary Ric Flair.
I got to say, Ric Flair is a good one. I don't even think they're going to let us near some of the guests because they're that big.
Now, in full disclosure, quite a few years back, Ric Flair's retirement match, he's wrestling against that sexy boy, and it's the end of the match. Shawn Michaels is going to super kick Ric Flair. He mouths, "I love you," kicks Ric Flair, pins him, and that was Ric Flair's retirement. Now, I claimed it was allergies, but a tear might have rolled down my cheek as Ric Flair actually wrestled his last match.
Wow. Honestly, I've never followed anything that closely. Now, I know for a fact, and it's my pockets aren't deep enough for me to do this, but I would love to meet Stan Lee, who is going to be there at Comic-Con. But for the price that they're charging,
right,
for even just a picture or an autograph is like $100. That's just, that's a little too steep for me. I'm not that much of a comic book nerd. Sorry. Alice Cooper is going to be there. Now, Alice Cooper, the only thing they have under his name is Rock Legend.
That's all he needs.
That's it.
Yep. And he's a restaurant owner.
Yes, he is a restaurateur, which would really put him into my sweet spot. I would love to sit down with him as well. But you got a chance to talk to a rock legend, a punk rock legend, superstar, and one of my favorite performers in the punk genre. My favorite song from him has always been "Liar" from the Henry Rollins Project. But you got a chance to sit down with Henry Rollins and chat with him for a little while.
Yeah, he came through town on his spoken word tour, and we went over, and it's something that I think a lot of people think about when they hit their 50s, and Mr. Rollins is 55. I wanted to talk a little bit about what keeps him going, what keeps him out on the road at 55 doing a spoken word tour. Now, he's like us. He is also doing radio now, so he has a over-the-air radio show, which they also record down and podcast, which is very smart. And so he's doing that. So he's touring and then doing the radio show. I guess he records it on the fly, then hits it back to the station. They play it over there. They mix down the podcast for him. So, he's just keeping a ridiculous schedule. He's not your typical kind of rock star, just hang out. He's a really hard worker. He's passionate about what he does, and he really understands, I think, the penetration that he's had over the years and the effect he's had on people's lives, from music to writing to doing spoken word. And I know a lot of people get nervous when they hear a spoken word, quote unquote, spoken word gig, but it's some interesting stuff.
Oh yeah, I've actually caught a few of his. I just didn't have the time this time around. I do catch a lot of his spoken word stuff, and if you want to catch some of his spoken word stuff, you could check it out on YouTube. He posts a lot of stuff up there.
And just a little nod to his staying power, the interest in what he's doing. It was an off night. It was a Tuesday night, and the gig almost sold out. Maybe a dozen tickets away from selling out. There was a little scramble actually the morning day of the gig because folks thought it was going to sell out.
That just proves what type of a following he has. Number one, number two, at his age. Being out on a Tuesday night after Matlock.
Bear in mind, that's how I felt.
Hey, I was the one who was in bed while you were out.
In pure Rhode Island form, I thought to myself, do I really want to drive all the way to Pawtucket?
I just want to hit a few other people that are going to be there that really stand out amongst the crowd. Christian Slater is going to be there. 3 people from Deadpool: Rob Liefeld, Brianna Hildebrand, who was the teenage girl, like Megasonic, I think her name was. Stefan Kaplik. All right, I'm not going to butcher that anymore.
Who?
He was the one who played, the big metal guy. Yeah, I'm such a comic book person. Amy Jo Johnson is a regular. She's one of the original Power Rangers. As we were talking on your show, Arthur Darvill from Doctor Who legend. Billy D. Williams from Star Wars and Batman is going to be there. A couple of guys from Sons of Anarchy are going to be there. David LaBravia, the guy who played Juice, is going to be there. Kim Coates, Mark Boone, couple other people that really just stand out. Ric Flair, as you mentioned, is going to be there.
Now, how many times a day? I mean, could you just imagine having the booth, the table next to or not too far from Ric Flair all day? You're going to hear, woo! I mean, all day.
Well, I think I told you the story about how my wife almost got my butt kicked by the $1 Million Man. Last year, on Sunday, my wife came to Comic-Con because we had that extra ticket, and my wife wanted to check it out. By the way, Theo Rossi is the one who plays Juice on Sons of Anarchy. Anyways, I'm walking around before the con even opens, and I'm friends with one of the people that does the spray makeup. If you don't have your makeup on, they can do it for you in like 2 seconds or whatever. So I'm over talking to her, and she has 2 chairs, hers and her person who's working with her. And as I'm talking to my friend, my wife is saying, well, I was watching the news this morning, and the $1 Million Man seemed to be, kind of jerk to some of these people. And my wife, as you know, does not pull punches, and she has a very colorful palette for her language. So as she's talking, I could see the guy who's getting his face painted in the other chair, and it's like, that guy kind of looks like the one she's talking about. And that could be why his eyes are bulging out of his head, and he's got that very unique vein sticking out of his neck, too. So, yeah, I almost got my butt handed to me by a senior citizen because my wife was basically bad-mouthing him.
And there's a true lose-lose situation. You either got beat up by a senior citizen or you beat up a senior citizen. Either way, you're the a-hole.
Well, I don't mind losing because, he actually has a lot more wrestling than I do under his belt. And I'm not much of a fighter. Believe it or not, I'm not much of a fighter.
You're a lover, not a fighter?
That's it. And on the other hand, however, I would give him a hell of a run for his money because, as old as I am, he's got me by 20 years. So, yeah, I'd like to see how that would turn out. So, why don't we take a break here? Here's a band that, I caught their farewell show a couple months back, and I just have a hard time coming to grips with that. I love these guys. It's called Most Dangerous Men Alive. The name of the song is Not Your Problem. We'll be back in a minute.
Staring at the photographs reminds me that I sometimes get a little too excited. Well, maybe I'm retarded, but I see that now. And I can't change, but I don't want to. So burn all of my pictures, 'cause I already did. Take a seat and pour yourself a glass and fix your problems, but don't fix mine. I'm sorry they were ever yours. You told me I needed some help. Well, I found a Bible on the shelf. It's halfway gone and I still can't find the answer, but what was the question anyway? Oh, you told me I should go ahead. Well, I'm halfway there and I'm never looking back. Well, honey, that's time to collect yourself before somebody breaks you down. Oh no, I probably shouldn't worry or forgive so easily. I guess that makes me a better soul than you could ever be. So don't think about me, I'll be fine, not thinking about you. You told me I need some help. Well, I found a bottle on the shelf. It's halfway gone and I still can't find the answer, but what was the question anyway? Oh, you told me I should go to hell. Well, I'm halfway there and I'm never looking back. Oh, honey, that's not your problem. I'm not your problem anymore. Your problem anymore. It's been a while since I've seen my folks. Now my life's full of cigarettes and dirty jokes. I got 9 words on the tip of my tongue. I got 9 lives and the scope of a gun. Oh, while my life's about a half-past it, I got a real sweet girl running through my head. I feel harder than I knew I should. I miss my baby, but she treats me good. I got no bothers, but I wish I got about a half rosy and a pillow pad so I can smoke it out and watch it burn away. When I flash right out till it's torn and fade. Oh, my God, I waited for somebody else to kill me till my heart's content. But all they do is build me up and now I'm spent. We got a problem on our hands tonight. Cause all I do is drink it till I stop fighting. Couldn't help me then, but put you to it now. I cry myself an ocean, now I'm swimming down. Oh, my world's gone to hell, it's not hard to tell. And thank God I just lost my sense of smell. Everybody's been feeding me the same old shit. I don't get out on my breath, think something wrong. But can you blame me after everything that I have done for you? And after all you put me through, and na-na-na-na. Oh, my life, I'm waiting for somebody else to kill me till my heart's content. But all they do is build me up and now I'm spent. We got a problem on our hands tonight. Cause all I do is drink until I start a fight. Couldn't help me, never put you to it now. I cry myself an ocean, now I'm swimming out, yeah.
right, ladies and gentlemen, that was a twofer of Most Dangerous Men Alive. The song you just heard was Till My Heart's Content. Before that was Not Your Problem. Again, I miss these guys. If they ever got back together, did a reunion show, I would definitely have to be there. They do have another band in the works they're working on right now. Last time I talked to Eric and Ben, they were ready to go on the road, so I'll give it another couple of months before they're ready.
And they were one of the first in-studio guests on My Night Out Radio.
That's right. No, I've had in-studio guests from actually the second episode. We had, what is it, from Down City Armory, Todd Bowes.
Oh, yeah.
Todd Bowes was in our first guest. Technically, George was a guest now because he was in only less than half. He was only in about a third of them. George, we miss you. If you want to, the seat is still empty if you want to come back. Getting back to Comic-Con, however, you touched upon the wrestlers, and, well, you mentioned Ric Flair was going to be there, and you know, I like Ric Flair. He's only going to be there for Friday and Saturday. However, the one that I really want to meet is Ricky Steamboat.
Oh, yeah.
Jake the Snake Roberts is going to be there. Billy Gunn, Damian Sandow, Hornswoggle. And then, of course, all the WWE wrestling divas are going to be there. Candice Michelle, Christy Hem, Gail Kim, Kelly, and Melina Perez. However, the two that all these WWE divas really owe what they're doing to Gremlina and Jeannie Besson, also known as Hollywood. So, you know, ladies, if you're listening, you owe everything, your WWE careers to Gremlina and Hollywood, because if it wasn't for them back in the 80s paving the way, you might still not be on television the way you are now. So, with that being said, a couple of things that you've really got to take note on. Number one, if you want to have music on this show, if you want to touch base with me, if you want to promote an upcoming event, if you just want to say hi, hit me up in an email, mynightoutradio@verizon.net. mynightoutri.com is the website to go to for all your upcoming events. Facebook /MyNightOut. Twitter and Instagram, which I have been monitoring throughout the show, and I believe I'm going to keep doing it because it's just watching an empty screen right now. You can catch me at DJ Psycho Eddie or My Night Out RI. Also, I also have to bring this up. Coming up very shortly, was it December 17th? So it's about a month away. Eric Tier was in here a couple weeks ago, and he was talking about the Rocking My Hair Off Cancer and Toys for Tots benefit. You know, he's literally got 3 or 4 different charities. Each one's getting a slice of the pie on this. First off, it's going to be raising money for St. Jude's. Eric and about a handful of other people, like 5 or 6 other people, like people who have been growing their hair out for 15, 20 years, people who have never been seen with short hair, put it that way, are going to be shaving their heads and donating their hair to make wigs for children who need wigs. Also, they're going to be collecting toys for the Toys for Tots. They have 8 bands coming in, local and national touring bands. They're going to be playing over at JR's Bourbon Street Rock House. The bands will be Beast Over Boston, Sunset Steel, Sinners Inc., Rahway from Rahway, New Jersey, Under Surveillance, Stardust, Alice, and Opiate will be closing the night. The thing I really like about this show is, and he's made it publicly known, there is no guest list. If you're playing, if you're performing, obviously they're not going to charge you to get in, or they're not going to make you donate a toy. However, they don't care if it's the lead singer of Opiate's girlfriend. They don't care who you are. You're either donating a toy or you're paying the cover to get in, because it's a charity.
Right.
And I really have
You're
to...
damn Skippy.
I have to really respect someone who stands up like that.
Yeah.
It's beyond me how, bad things happening.
It's like a show where there's a turnout of 50 people, but 25 people are on the guest list. And then at the end of the night, they're like, oh, we're broke.
Well, we've all seen shows like that. I just had a little panic. I had a little technical difficulty over here.
That's why some people in the industry call the guest list the pest list.
No, I've been on the guest list a few times, and I refuse, if you don't recognize who I am, I have no problem paying, especially on a charity event. If you've asked me to come down and you said, we're putting you on the guest list if you come down and you want me there to have me there, yeah, I'm going to, I'm on the guest list. But if it's a charity event, I'll pay. I don't even care if I'm on a guest list or not, just because, it's for, well, in this case, it's for kids or it's for whoever. So I think that we're going to wrap it up here because I'm running out of stuff to do. My computer's getting wonky. My phone just committed suicide. Yeah, it's about that time. So we're going to leave here. First of all, I want to thank everyone for listening, everyone who's been part of this. If you're listening, I know someone out in Sweden right now is listening. Anders, thank you for the music. Please make sure you get me all your information, all your music, and I will try to get it on the air for you. Thank you for listening. Tony, it's been a pleasure.
Always.
We're going to leave here with a little bit of Tammy LaForest. The name of the song is Copper. Have a good night, everybody.
His love got on a train and he didn't try to stop her. I'll never be happy, so I will not try. I'll sit on the tracks and wait my turn to die. He has nothing to live for, he's waiting for the end. He'll never be happy, he won't try to pretend. He set his heart on a train a long time ago. Dreams of being happy, but doesn't have a hope. Eat, drink, and be merry. I don't think I'll try. Why bother to live if we're all going to die? Maybe I'll be happy. My time has not come yet. But with just one bullet, I can just forget. And you cannot forget me while I am asleep. Sleep is all I have now. Nothing else to keep
Depression is a battle, something you must fight. You may think you're crazy, but I think you're right. There is no hope here, but we can still try. It will not be easy, I will not lie. But if it is a comfort, give it some more time. Even with no bullets, one day you will die. Even with no bullets, one day you will die.